Hi there everyone, this is James. Now I'm creating this short video because I came across this article about the Abraham Accords Institute. Now about 7 months ago when these Abraham Accords were signed, I created a video, and for a while it's been really quiet, especially with the presidential administrations changing from Trump to Biden. I wasn't sure that this Accords would still be in place, but it looks like that Biden is continuing. Well, in fact, he is supporting this. So I'm not surprised. And the reason is I really believe that this is Bible prophecy that is happening right in front of our eyes. Now, let me show you a verse. And this is the reason why I feel this way. Now, if you go to Daniel 9:27, I'll read this quickly for you. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease, and for the overspreading of abominations he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate. So as you can see, this covenant, if you see right at the beginning, and he shall confirm the covenant, it appears that the covenant has to be in place. So the Antichrist is going to confirm it. And I believe other translations say make greater. So if this, in fact, if this is the covenant that's talked about in Daniel, then, it's definitely a possibility that we are seeing this prophecy being fulfilled. So what I'm going to do, actually, I created another video about an Antichrist possibility. Now, I'm just going to, now this is total speculation. I don't know if this is a fact. There's some interesting information in that video. Again, I'm going to include that video on the end of this video. So I hope you find it interesting, and hey, it's a possibility. That's why I'm including this video. So thank you and God bless.
Hi there, this is a short video, and this is something that I just wonder if it's a possibility, so that's why I'm creating this video. Now the question is, could Jared Kushner be the Antichrist? Now I want to start by putting Kushner in Hebrew in a Google search, and this is what we received back. The surname Kushner is an English-based transliteration of the Yiddish name. I can't pronounce that. A variant of, again, I can't pronounce that, but it's Kushner with a I, an occupational name stemming from the Ukrainian word. Again, I can't pronounce that, but it's Kush. Again, the same word, Kushner with an I, meaning furrier. So, maybe not a big deal, but for a possible Antichrist to have an occupation linked to their name, being a furrier, I think it's quite appropriate because they're skinning beasts. Okay, so, but that's not really what I want to draw your attention to. If you take a look at these variants of Kushner in Hebrew, next slide will show you. It's actually right here. Now, if you take Kushner in Hebrew, if you each Hebrew letter has a number value, so, and you can see it here. Now in Hebrew, if you add up all the total letter values, it equals 666. So that's quite interesting. So I'm going to continue. Now also, his full and possible alternative names could be Jared, and then Irad, and then Corey, that's his middle name, Kushner, and then, as I showed you earlier, Kushner with an I. Now I'm going to continue with, I just want to draw your attention to Kushner Companies. If you take a look at the headquarters, it's in New York City, and it's at 666 Fifth Avenue, New York City. So that's quite interesting to have a number like that. Now, before I talked about the possible alternatives to his name. Now, if you take a look at the Bible, this is quite interesting. Irad, if you look at Irad, is a name in Hebrew in the book of Genesis. The grandson of Cain is Irad. And here you'll see on this side of Adam and Eve's family tree, you've got Cain. This is not the priestly side. And then the priestly side is over here. So if you take a look at Enoch, he had Irad, okay? Now, if you take a look at the priestly side, Jared had Enoch, okay? So, and like I said, if we recall that Jared was the father of the godly Enoch, but Irad was the son of the ungodly Enoch. Irad is the evil counterpart of Jared. And here's a verse here. And unto Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begot Mehujael. I'll just let you finish the rest if you like. That's Genesis 4:18. Now, if you take a look in the news, Jared Kushner Hell's historic Middle East peace deals makes you realize that anything is possible. And this is a watershed moment in the region, they're saying. Okay, that's impressive, it sounds, doesn't it? Okay, here's a picture of Jared Kushner with Pope Francis. And I just want to take a moment to talk about Pope Francis. Now, could Pope Francis be the false prophet? I would say he's a very good candidate for a very high possibility. In one of my Bible code tables, I have a few of them, but just a few points from one. The Pope is of the beast, and he has a wicked heart. So I think that's very revealing. Here's a picture of them too. This could be the Antichrist and the false prophet. Now, I want to read this verse to you. In his estate shall stand up a vile person, to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. That's Daniel 11:21. What is quite interesting about it, Jared Kushner, as far as I know, we didn't hear about him coming onto the scenes until 2017 or 2016, 2017, when Donald Trump got elected, or before he got elected, in that time range. So he's always been behind the scenes of Donald Trump's administration. So you kind of look at this verse, and you almost wonder. He kind of makes you wonder. Here's an interesting shot of Jared Kushner. Now, this picture here, it looks like Jared is a king, possibly even like a Caesar. This is actually an oil painting in Jared Kushner's living or dining room. I can't remember, but it supposedly was up on his wall. So that's quite interesting. Now, and if you take a look at the bottom, you have a Kushner as spelled in Russian Ukrainian. That's actually, I guess they have coins there. It equals 666. And some of this information is compliments of Dean Combs. Actually got some of these pictures from his website. He's done a lot of research, biblical eschatology and Bible code research, as well as me. Now, if you take a look here, this is actually Antiochus Epiphanes. Sorry if I did not pronounce that correct. But, the question is Jared Kushner possibly going to be like Antiochus Epiphanes?